Before we go into Illustrator, I am going to show you on Premiere, which is actually more my specialty. I actually tend to do more video editing than graphic design. FX is a cool little bridge between them for like special effects. So whatever you're into, hotkeys are your friend. So on this one, I created a new project. Let's go to, I always forget. You might have to search around. Oh, it's probably under edit too. Yep. Oh, and it's also same hotkey, Control-Alt-K. If you want to get to your hotkeys even quicker, Control-Alt-K. This one's a little bit different because it actually shows you all the different ones. Premiere Pro definitely, like you can move left and right, you can stop. I'll show you how to use this. It's a really effective tool if you're trying to edit real quick. You can throw in some quick cuts too. Like you can use the razor tool and cut it, or you can add markers. There's one that I use a lot. Sometimes I'm lazy and I'll use K and then I'll use the razor tool and do it and then go back to the selection tool. Not the most efficient way, but it works for me. Every little thing you do is going to be slightly different. It's like playing video games. Everyone has their own method and certain ways work faster than others and make you slightly better. Everyone's still playing the same game and you can adjust your controller settings. Pretty on point analogy. Shout out to that. This is going to get kind of meta actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to import a video from, oh, I just created a bin. That's not importing. I right-clicked and import. I like to add a hotkey for importing because it's just something you tend to do a lot. So I'm gonna add some meta. The video I just shot. Yeah, I'm not gonna show you the audio on this one. It's not out yet. So I'm gonna drag it to the timeline. Here it is. I like the delete button if your keyboard has it. If not, backspace works too. That's a good way if you accidentally mess up. I like to right-click for import. Usually no use, and that's my original video for the first one. Yeah, this is gonna get pretty meta because the video that if you're still watching now, I'm gonna edit it in the video you're watching now. Shout out to the people who saw the new Rick and Morty episode. It was pretty meta. You can see how long it is. I should have noticed that it was only 4 seconds. If I drag and drop and it works, then I'm good. If I drag and drop and it doesn't work, I'm not good. Oh, there we go. There's my beautiful face. Look at that. Meta. Or, oh yeah, I got a hotkey for this. Ready? Yeah, I'll show you my OBS hotkeys too. It's just switching scenes. It's pretty easy to do. OBS is fantastic too. Open source. Shout out to OBS for giving me the software for this video. It's free. OBS is probably one of the best streaming tools there is out there, or just general recording where I'm doing a screen record, I'm switching scenes, I'm adding an audio, like I have a mic right now. OBS is phenomenal. Cannot dwell enough on them. L is a good way to go for. I hope none of that got cut because it looked weird from the bottom because sometimes OBS says it's like pause and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, because I'm using one keyboard and so the hotkeys for my OBS might be messing with my, I made my hotkey the same. I'm gonna go change that. Ooh, spooky. Ooh, setting. Well, I really wish I could move you to the other side, but I just went to the settings in the corner. Hotkeys. I just like being able to see myself. I made that pause. I'm gonna make something else pause. I think I lost a lot of that video just because I kept pausing. That really hurt. Gosh, you gotta love just being a creator. I'm gonna use, is that number delete? Sure, I don't know. I never use that button. I don't really need to pause the video, honestly. I'm just gonna stop the recording. So I have space. I can not use space for that. I like to apply an okay, but you can just hit okay. Anyway, back to the show. I'm the editor. I can cut whatever I want. Meta. Rick and Morty. I might have cut out that joke because of my poor editing choices because I'm doing 2 things at once. Man, I'm gonna have to re-record a lot of stuff because of that stupid K thing. I put K as my hotkey on OBS and then I used K as my hotkey on Premiere. When I did that, every time I hit K in Premiere, it kept pausing and unpausing. So I have so many little glitches. You can kind of do it, but you can't do it with the tools sometimes. But Illustrator you can, and that comes in handy, and I'll show you that later. Space also is placed up toggle, but you can also shuffle left, shuffle right. And if you double click, it makes it go faster or slower. And that can really help where you can just tap through and move super quickly. I'll show you a bit of that. Like, you can reverse really quick. I'm just doing J, K, and L. You play video games before? Look how quick I'm moving through that timeline. A lot of people like to use zoom tools. I'm not a big zoom tool guy. You can add your own zoom tools and get better with zoom. I just like the little slider here. You can adjust the interface however you want. I'll make another video on interfaces. That's a whole other thing. Interfaces and shortcuts. Those 2 chapters should be so long in every graphic design, video editing, animation class, anywhere really, but they tend to just gloss over it, just speed through it and everyone's like, I got it. A lot of people get left behind and that's the problem with a lot of schools. A lot of online people through like Udemy. Shout out if you want to sponsor me. I would love to be on like Udemy. But a lot of people like that are actually a lot better at actually getting your workspace ready so you can be more efficient with your work. That's what I'm trying to do on the side. Currently, I work at Target and I do other jobs. I've been video editing since I was 12. Got a good basis because everyone's like, it's so hard. It's not hard if you learn it when you're 12. Kids absorb things so well that the fact that I learned when I was young does give me an advantage over people. But that doesn't mean that other people can't learn or I'm any better than anybody else. Just keep that in mind when you're editing. If you feel like tired or something, try and switch your method. Overthinking can be really damaging. This isn't just a tutorial for Illustrator or Photoshop. It is a tutorial for using hotkeys in general to be more efficient in your work as a creative.